Good morning, Cypher friends. This is Mitty Man coming back at you again from Walker's Music. We want to give God a shout out this morning. God is God all by Himself, and beside Him there is no other. We thank Him for life, health, and strength, and we're good to be in the land of the living. We also want to give a shout out to the YouTube fam from Baby Justice, all the way up to Big Papa JT as well as Mama JT. Y'all know what time it is. To the End Time Harvest Game, Brother L.A., your wife Peggy, we give y'all honor. Also to the Blog Talk family, from Lady D, Brother JT, Sister Maria, everybody, all, Kyron, K-Ray, all, everyone, Marquise, Brother Orange Flavor, we give y'all your honor this morning. Want to say something here. I got to say it. I'm so glad this morning. I wasn't going to come back with the video because I did one earlier this morning, around 2 o'clock this morning. And I was going to wait until probably the afternoon to do this one, but I heard this here, and I was so glad to hear it. I was so glad to hear a minister of the gospel teach on and preach on this. One of my favorite, Bishop Paul Morton. And Paul Morton was from the Greater St. Stephen missionary. I believe the full gospel Baptist in New Orleans. That's where the church was originally, before the Katrina hit. But I think they are back. I'm not for certain, but I think they are. But nevertheless, that's not what I want to speak about this morning. I'm speaking about the message he preached on grace. And I am so glad that I heard him preach on this here. And when he spoke of, and he gave a great analogy, a great demonstration about grace and how it works with us. He used it as an illustration as a restaurant owner, and that served all kinds of good food. And all of a sudden they heard a large, loud noise in the back of the restaurant. And they looked out, and behold, in the garbage pails back there was a man, looked terrible, like a skeleton almost. You could tell from the looks of him, he was about on the edge of starvation and dying from malnutrition. But he was in the garbage can, fighting with the cats and the dog over the scrap that was in the garbage can. And Bishop Morton said that the owner of the restaurant said, hey, come, get out of there. So come on in the restaurant. And you can eat whatever you want, free of charge. And after the restaurant owner got him in there, he saw all different kinds of food, the collard greens, the fried chicken, the macaroni and cheese, and everything. Then all of a sudden, after he had ate this great meal, and the owner of the restaurant told him to feel free to come in there every day to eat, free of charge, no charge. Just come and eat everything you wanted. The man in the garbage can, he made a statement to the restaurant owner, asking a question that would it still be all right for him to go in the garbage can. And the restaurant owner looked at him and said, why in the world would you want to go back in the garbage can? And you got all this free food here to eat freely, this good food. He made that, and I just stopped it. That is the greatest analogy I've heard, I believe, yet about grace. And about the reason why Paul said, God forbid that we would use grace as a license to sin. That is a perfect example. When God has been so good to us, and grace and forgiven us of so much sin, and done made everything available to us, why would we want to even still be in the garbage can? It don't make sense. So this is how come I say, how can you accept the grace of God and yet continue in sin? It's not possible. It doesn't make sense, people, that if we, with the grace that we've been given, this should make us even more so to live upright. We wouldn't want to go back in our hog pen. Just as this restaurant owner made all this food available, this good food available to this man, but his mindset was still in the garbage can. That's the way a lot of us are. We got this mindset. We are set in our ways. We cannot see the goodness of God. Why would we even want to go back in the garbage can? I mean, with all the steaks and the potatoes and all that good food that he had access to now, his mind was yet in the garbage can. Come on, people. I had to do this. Thank God for Paul Morton. Thank God for Paul Morton. And I know a lot of things have transpired over the past few years, and everybody have trials, people. We cannot judge. God didn't tell us to be a judge. He told us to be a light. So, we know that some issues that went on, but we don't know the whole story. So it's just best for us to be quiet. But nevertheless, I thought that was very, very great. I was glad to hear a preacher, a man of the word, a gospel preacher, and that boy can sing too. He's not only a great preacher, he's a great singer. And I was just glad to see that and to hear someone teaching on the grace, on the right, dividing the word of truth. So people, if God's grace is so great, and it is, and done pulled me out that pit, why would I want to go back? Why would I even want to think about it again? Let's get our mind, people. We got to renew our mind. And the only way you can do that is through the word of God. And then pick up your cross on a day-by-day basis and follow him. That's all you can do. In other words, get your own self straight. Stop worrying about me, and I'll stop worrying about you. We'll pray for each other, but only God can do the straightening up. Christ is the only somebody can straighten us up. So we don't have to worry about that. Don't be a judge. Just be a light. That being said, this middleman saying whatever you get into, if God's not in it, it's best that you get out of it. Help you have a great week. Peace. Goodbye.